Hey guys, Madison here, back for another Film Friday, and today I am watching, by popular demand, The Terminator. I have gotten so many requests for this movie, especially after I watched Alien and Aliens. People were like, you gotta watch The Terminator, you gotta watch the first two. And I was like, alright, I'm gonna put it on a poll, and let's just say this week was far and away, the Terminator was the popular choice. So here we go. Again, this is one of those really popular movies that I have seen nothing of, and I don't know how I managed this. It's like with Jaws and Alien, how did I manage to avoid everything? I don't know. I don't know, but I am interested to find out what this movie is, because again, I'm just, I'm going in totally in the dark. Yeah, I don't know. I know it's kind of a sci-fi action flick, and obviously I know Arnold Schwarzenegger is in it. But to be quite honest with you guys, I don't think I've ever seen an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, unless I'm totally forgetting. I don't think I ever have, so this is my first. And I mean, what a first, right? Because this is what he's largely known for. But yeah, I am very excited to check this out and find out why this movie is so iconic, why so many people love it, and what it's all about, because I got no clue. So total blind watch reaction here, guys. And without further ado, let's do this. 2029. That's not so far in the future anymore. Dark. Okay. Rise of the Machines. Michael Biehn, my man. 52. What is happening? There's a man. It's Arnold.
Hey, my turn.
That hair.
Hey.
Yikes.
What's wrong with you? Nice night for a walk, eh?
Uh-oh.
Your clothes. Give them to me, now.
Did he just, like, his fist went straight through that guy? Like, oh my. Huh. Now, who is he? He's not a machine too, is he? Cyborg.
Did you just see a real bright light? What day is it? The date?
12th May, Thursday.
What year?
He's not killing the guy. He's not just going around killing people like Arnold, so. So they're from the future, right? They're from the time that was shown at the beginning, 2079 or 2029. Why are they naked when they teleport to the past? Sarah Connor. I know that name.
Guard it for me, Big Bands.
Uh-oh. He's here and he's got his punk outfit.
Okay, who gets the burly beef?
Miss, we're ready to order now.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. I'm so sorry.
Nice going, kid. How to give you the tip?
Look at it this way, in 100 years, who's gonna care?
Wise advice.
Just touch the trigger, the beam comes on, and you put the red dot where you want the bullet to go. You can't miss. You can't do that.
Wrong.
I mean, why? He's just killing everyone for no reason.
I don't care what you're doing. Come and get me. What the? Hey, man.
They're both looking for Sarah Connor. What did that toy truck ever do to you?
Sarah Connor?
Yes.
Oh my.
Once again, Sarah Connor, 35, mother of two, brutally shot to death in her home this afternoon.
You're dead, honey.
Another late-breaking...
Oh, flashback? Or flash forward, I guess. He's like one of the resistance fighters. Boom. Grief. Yeah, Turret Man's dead. Michael Biehn, man, he's always so cool.
Who is this?
Sarah? Can I talk to Ginger, please?
Sure, Bunky.
Should have led with, who am I speaking to? Is this Ginger?
Sarah Ann Connor, secretary, 35, shot 6 times at less than 10 feet. Large caliber weapon.
You know, these work.
What's this? Dead girl, too. Sent over from the Valley Division this afternoon. Look at the name, Ed.
Sarah Louise Connor.
She's the last one, right? Because I think there were only 3 in the phone book next to each other.
Something's come up and it looks like I won't be able to make it tonight. I just can't get out of it. Look, I'm really sorry. I'll make it up to you.
He probably saw the news.
Pugsley still loves me, don't you, baby? God.
Thought it was Arnold for a second. Or should I say, the Terminator. Why do I hear boss music? Oh, found her first. That's good. She's gonna need his help. She's gonna be like, what is going on? Her life's about to get turned upside down.
Call her. I just called her. Call her again.
She's not there. Ugh. And we got no cell phones.
Sarah
Sure.
Louise Connor was slain
Don't
by a
touch
lone
it!
gunman earlier today in her home. And other flammable liquid swept through the Ford Oil Company.
Yeah, now she's starting to get freaked out. As she should. She's gonna think he's here to kill her and he's trying to protect her. The 80s.
You have reached the Los Angeles Police Department emergency number. All our lines are busy. If you need a police car sent out to you, please stay on the line.
All our lines are busy? What? Talk about bad luck when you call like 911 and they're like, sorry, we're busy. Oh no.
Shoo! Go on! I'm gonna make a belt out of you.
Belt. Oh no.
Whoa! Don't bust you up, man.
Oh no. He didn't even ask if she was Sarah Connor.
Ginger, this is Sarah. Pick up if you're there. I'm at this place on Pico Boulevard called Tech Noir.
Now he knows exactly where she is.
You're in a public place, so you'll be safe till we get there, but stay visible. Don't go outside or even to the restroom. I'll have a car there in a hot minute.
Okay.
You're in a public place, you're safe. No. That was lucky. Oh boy. Better get moving. How does one kill this machine? Ah. Uh-oh. He's about to die. Michael Biehn or the police? I'd choose Michael Biehn. Get off the sidewalk.
I'm here to help you. I'm Reese, Sergeant TechCom, BN 38416, assigned to protect you.
Reese.
This is 1L19, westbound and Olympic approaching Overland.
Can mimic voices.
This is a mistake.
That's unfortunate.
I didn't do it.
Get your head down! The Terminator's an infiltration unit. Part man, part machine. Underneath, it's a hyperalloy combat chassis.
They cannot make things like that yet.
Not yet.
Are you saying it's from the future?
One possible future.
Right.
Now she thinks he's crazy.
It doesn't feel pity, or remorse, or fear. And it absolutely will not stop until you are dead.
Can you stop it?
I don't know.
Help us, Reese, you're our only hope.
They say it got smart. Then it saw all people as a threat, not just the ones on the other side.
Like Ultron.
I grew up after, in the ruins, starving, hiding from HKs, built in automated factories. Most of us were rounded up, put in camps for orderly disposal. But there was one man who taught us to fight. His name is Connor. John Connor. Your son, Sarah. Your unborn son.
Yeah, that's a dark future, one we would like to avoid. Now what? Wow, he left. Interesting.
Are you sure it's them? I mean, maybe I should look at the bodies.
No, they've been identified, and there's no doubt.
You're a doctor.
Criminal psychologist.
Is Reese crazy?
It's a miracle that he's not crazy after how he grew up. Ooh. Ah. Gross. I know it's a machine, but still, it looks real.
With the 132nd under Perry, from 21 to 27.
That's the year 2027.
The Terminator had already gone through. Connor sent me to intercept, and they blew the whole place.
Well, how are you supposed to get back?
It's just him and me.
Connor must have chosen him because he was the best out of their group. Oh no. Nope, I can't do eyeballs. Nope. I can't. Ugh.
Something about the field generated by a living organism. Nothing dead will go.
This is great stuff. I could make a career out of this guy. You see how clever this part is? How it doesn't require a shred of proof?
He'll find her. That's what he does. That's all he does. You can't stop him.
He's not wrong.
There's a couch in this other room. Why don't you stretch out and try to get some sleep?
The Terminator don't sleep.
Perfectly safe. We got 30 cops in this building.
I wouldn't be able to sleep. He took like 5 shots to the chest from a shotgun and sat up like nothing happened. And here we go.
Where is she?
Look, it may take a while. If you want to wait, there's a bench over there.
I'll be back.
I know that line. I've heard that. Yeah. 30 cops is about to become 0 cops very quickly. I mean, he wouldn't miss very often because being a machine, he's probably got ridiculous accuracy. Calculations constantly happening. No. Shoot. Ugh. I mean, the only thing that could ever happen to the Terminator is he runs out of ammo.
5 southern counties are engaged in a massive manhunt for an unidentified...
Take this.
Yeah, this thing's about to go national.
Cold.
Freezing.
I ship it.
I caught one back there.
You mean you got shot?
It's not bad.
Well, we gotta get you to a doctor.
Where did that first aid kit come from? Was it just sitting there? Oh, they probably got it out of the car.
Could you just talk about something?
What?
I don't know. Anything. Just talk. Tell me about my son.
He's got a strength. I'd die for John Connor.
Don't suppose you know who the father is?
And John never said much about him. I know he dies before the war.
Wait. Don't want to know.
There's a chance to meet the legend. Sarah Connor. Taught her son to fight. When you were in hiding before the war.
You're talking about things that I haven't done yet in the past tense. It's driving me crazy. I mean, am I tough? Organized? I can't even balance my checkbook.
Reese is the father. Calling it now. But I don't like that he said he's gonna die before the war starts.
Tell me about where you're from.
All right.
I want to hear about that. Are we gonna see John Connor?
Going out for supplies. Keep this.
Tell me to hide out up here at the cabin like some fugitive, and you won't tell me what's going on? I am worried sick, dear. 408-555-1439.
I love you too, sweetheart.
He killed her mom. Oh boy. It's all gonna go down at the Tiki Motel.
What's for dinner?
Plastique. Nitroglycerin basic. It's a bit more stable. I learned to make it when I was a kid.
It'll never be over, will it?
There's gotta be a way to kill him. Maybe you take off the head.
Me, I'm shaking. Some legend. You must be pretty disappointed.
No. I came across time for you, Sarah. I love you. I always have.
Oh. The ship sails. Yes. And thus John Connor. Alright, we gotta finish him this time. How are we gonna do it, guys? Great.
Get out.
Yeah, I think I would too. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Why is she running in a straight line? Swerve. Don't relax yet.
Kyle. Kyle. We did it, Kyle. We got it.
How do you kill it? think maybe if you take off the head, but I don't know. It's gotta be a kill switch or something. I swear if he dies, I'm gonna be so bad.
On your feet, soldier! On your feet!
That's right, Sarah, come on. Please don't kill him. I can't look. Is he dead this time? Oh. No. What? Oh my gosh. This is excruciating. Crush him, smash him into oblivion. Walk away from that. No. Dadgummit.
Will it affect your decision to send him here, knowing that he is your father? God, a person could go crazy thinking about this. In the few hours that we had together, we loved a lifetime's worth.
Usted es muy hermosa, señora, y tengo pena de...
Pretty good hustle, kid. Cuatro.
Sí, sí. Gracias.
It's the picture, isn't it? Yes. She was thinking about him in the picture.
He said there's a storm coming in.
So I really enjoyed that. I was not at all sure what I was going to think of this movie because I knew so little about it. And as is typically the case when I watch these, you have some image in your head of like this classic movie you've heard about. Like it was kind of like with Alien. I had seen the xenomorph, but I knew nothing about the story. And similarly with this movie, I had seen the like metal skeleton Terminator. Like I've seen that before. But things are always so different than I expect, and there's always so much more to the story than you hear or know from just absorbing from like the cultural zeitgeist. Just like with Alien and Ripley, like was such an amazing surprise there for me. Like I had heard the name Ripley, but it's always different when you actually experience the character in the story. In the same way, Sarah Connor was such a pleasant like surprise for me in this movie. Obviously, I've heard the name Sarah Connor. I've seen trailers for like the latest Terminator movies. So I was aware of like who she was, but at the same time knowing nothing about her or like her origin story. So I had no idea that there was a time travel aspect to the Terminator. No idea. So that was a big surprise for me. And then finding out her role in this and why is the Terminator after her. Very much kind of a chosen one trope with like John Connor sort of being the chosen one of like, you know, he's the one who's going to save us in the future, so we have to make sure that nothing prevents his birth and that sort of thing. But you guys know probably by this point I am a sucker for a good romance, and I didn't know what to expect in terms of if there was any kind of romance in this movie, but I really liked that being kind of at the core of it. It was just a really good movie. I enjoyed it. Like, some of the effects clearly are dated at this point, but I didn't care. Like the lasers and stuff, like the machines and the flashbacks were obviously miniatures. They still look pretty good. The lasers at this point, the laser effects were not really up to snuff, but the Terminator himself looked really good at the end. Like the close-ups, because I think that was a puppet. The close-ups still looked really good, but when they would zoom out and show like almost full body, it looked very fake. With like his stilted movements and stuff. It seemed kind of like a frame by frame thing they were doing there. So that part of it looked very dated to me, but the close-ups of the puppet still looked very good and did not take me out of it at all. And I really enjoyed Sarah's journey of being just a normal person caught up in this huge thing that she wanted no part of, as many protagonists are. And again, that kind of chosen one trope of you're special, you have to survive, but being this normal person and being like, I have no idea what's going on, you're from the future, what? Like, and trying to navigate, you know, going from this normal life to trying to navigate this craziness. I'm being hunted by this unkillable machine. And again, I keep comparing her to Ripley, but I just see a lot of parallels there with how, and funnily enough, James Cameron is who directed Aliens, the sequel. But I see a lot of parallels there with how Ripley was on this space mission with the other people, but she had no military training. She was with this team of scientists, and she didn't have that training for combat, and she had to learn just how to fight and how to survive, and was so strong and smart that she ended up being the one to survive out of her team and becoming just the ultimate like kick butt woman in Aliens, like becoming a leader. And in that same way, Sarah Connor's like the one being protected and the one being defended the whole time, and she doesn't know how to fight or any of that, obviously, so she relies on Reese to protect her and look out for her and fight the Terminator and all of that. But then when he gets hurt at the end, it's suddenly on her to save him because he can't even get up. And I loved that moment where she was like, on your feet, soldier. That was so good. That was so good. I loved it. It was that role reversal there of her finally stepping into the role that she's been told she had, like teaching her son how to fight and how to organize and all of that. And she's like, I can't do that. You know, I don't know how to do any of that. I can't even manage my own life right now. But then you see that glimpse of who she can become right there. And of course, at the end with her smashing that Terminator into bits, that was so satisfying. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And again, really loved the relationship between her and Reese. But I'm sad he's dead. I'm really sad about that. I was worried about it as soon as he was telling her about her son and saying like, oh, he didn't really say much about his father. He died before the war. And I'm like, don't you tell me Reese is gonna die. And yep. So that's the only thing I'm disappointed about. Because I love happy endings, and that crushed me. Because now she's gonna have John, but he never is going to know his father. So I'm very sad about that. I love Michael Biehn, man. He did such a fantastic job. Like, I first was introduced to him as Johnny Ringo in Tombstone. That was where I first saw him. So as a bad guy, but I've since watched him now in Aliens and the Terminator, and he's so good as a good guy too. He's just fantastic. I love him. And unless I'm remembering wrong, he's a fellow native of Alabama, as I am. I think he's from somewhere in Alabama, but I can't remember where. So Alabamians represent. But yeah, that Arnold, I have seen an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. He was definitely the perfect choice for the Terminator. And it was interesting. It's always interesting watching how actors play machines, because you're supposed to have no emotion, monotone, unless you're playing like, C-3PO, where it's just like, exaggerated emotions and proper and all of that. When you're playing something like the Terminator, it's like no emotion, nothing. But he did a good job of showing nothing, if that makes sense. Like, I never questioned that he was a machine. Just kind of the stone cold, methodical, killing everything in sight. That is definitely a villain you can root against. One with no conscience, one with just killing people that are unnecessary. Like killing people that he doesn't have to kill just because that's what he's programmed to do. It was really hard seeing that, I almost said flash forward of what Reese's world was like what he grew up in. Because, I mean, that is a very real fear, like a real possibility in today's world, worrying about nuclear war, the possibility of that, and what would happen if nuclear war did break out, and what would our world look like. And stuff like this is always such a warning of, like, we shouldn't have weapons of that scale. And, of course, there's nothing you can do about it now. But with the advancement of technology, we have gotten to a place where we have weapons and creations that can destroy the planet. And it's, technology can be so beneficial and enhance our lives in so many ways. Without technology, how would you be seeing me watching this movie right now? Without the internet, without cameras and all this kinds of stuff. But humans will always find a way to use things for evil and not just for good. So when you think of weapons of mass destruction that can cause damage like this, you're like, man, maybe no technology. Maybe technology was a bad idea. But yeah, you just always hope that, there's that quote, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So I personally believe that whenever there's a villain or an evil man out there, or evil group, or, whatever, that wants to do something horrible or cause this mass destruction and mass chaos and all of that, there is always going to be an equal and opposite reaction of good in response and retaliation. So, not to go off on some tangent about that, but yeah, all that to say, I really enjoyed this movie, and I always feel like I've filled in like a gap in my cultural awareness when I watch one of these classic movies that I've never seen, like Aliens, Jaws, these really major films that came out decades ago that I missed because I was not even born yet when they came out, and I'm finally getting around to watching all of these, filling in those gaps in my cultural awareness, and finding out what all the fuss is about with all these movies. So I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this movie, and let me know, guys, if you think I should react to the next Terminator film. I always ask the opinion of my viewers with franchises, because so often it's like, well, the first one's good, or the first two are good, and then it's like, don't watch the rest of them. They go downhill. They're terrible. That's what I did with Alien. Due to the recommendation of my viewers, I only watched the first two because I heard it starts kind of going downhill after that. With Jaws, it's like, oh, watch the first one, or maybe watch the first two and don't bother with the rest of them. So I'm asking you guys to let me know, does it end here? Do I stop with the first Terminator, or do I watch the second? Let me know what you guys think, and I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this movie, head on over to my Patreon, patreon.com/MadisonKTames, and you can find that and all of my other full-length reactions there. So check that out if you're interested. Again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reaction, and I will see you next week for a big one, because it's going to be Film Friday number 40. I can't believe it. 40 movies. So exciting. Thank you guys so much. I'm getting really close now to 12,000 subscribers, a big milestone, and I'm very excited about that. Very grateful. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet and you enjoyed this video, you want to see more of my reactions, please do so and help me hit that milestone of 12,000 subscribers. Thanks, guys, and I will see you next week.